Coke Studio Bangla Season 3's Maloma is a global hit. Maloma is a song about urban alienation, adulting, and surviving big, chaotic cities. I got to speak to Maloma's composer and producer, Pritam Hassan, and he told me how it was their endeavor to bring out various strands of music, indigenous music, from the very depths of Bangladesh. Maluma is a song that is a mixture of various different kinds of sounds and various different strands of music. There is very interestingly a concept called Chat Petano Gan, which literally means the song that is sung by rural women when they're in the process of flattening out the roof of a new house. Maluma begins with Chat Petano Gan, and what is very interesting about Maluma's lyrics, if you happen to follow Bangla, and Bangla not from West Bengal but from across the border, is that what the women are singing is a song that has a cultural and religious reference to the story of Ma Monosha, which is goddess Monosha, and Chand Shadagar's son and his daughter-in-law. Now the story goes that Ma Monosha, goddess Monosha, wanted to be taken seriously among the pantheon of gods and goddesses, and so she appealed to Chand Shadagar, the merchant, who was a devout Shiv Bhakt, to offer her prayers with his right hand. Now Chand Shadagar, who was a devout Shiv Bhakt, said no, and in anger, to teach Chand Shadagar a lesson, Ma Manusha decided to send her snakes to bite Chand Shadagar's son Lokhindar on his wedding night. Now Lokhindar was getting married to Behula, and on their wedding night, Chand Shadagar, who knew of this plan of Ma Manusha to send her snakes to bite his son Lokhindar, he had built a very strong hut where snakes can't enter. But as it happened, there was a small hole that was left in the hut, and through which one of the snakes entered and bit Lokhinder. Now Lokhinder would have died, and the story would have ended there had it not been for the tenacity of his young wife Behula. So Behula took Lokhinder's body on a raft, and she traveled across the seas till she reached the heavens. When she reached heavens, she danced and she cried and she appealed to the gods to give life back to Lokhinder. And it is and charmed and impressed by her tenacity and her love for her husband, Lokhinder got his life back, and Chand Shadagar also prayed to Ma Manusha. Now this is a story of a subaltern goddess which you get to know of if you travel in the eastern parts of India, in places like Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, Jharkhand even. Ma Manusha is not a what you would say a mainstream goddess. She is a subaltern goddess. Now this story and this cult of Ma Manusha and the puja that is done to her is also done in several parts of Bangladesh, the interiors of Bangladesh, Bangladeshi villages, from which this reference in Maloma has been taken. Now, what is amazing is that this is a song from Bangladesh, sung and composed mostly by Muslim musicians. It is a song that has charmed not only Muslim majority Bangladesh, but West Bengal, rest of India, much of the world. And various versions of this song are being sung by international singers, and it's being repeated again and again in various musical events. Now, the origin of this song, the beginning of this song, starts with an ode to the story of a subaltern Hindu goddess, which I think many would have missed because they did not know what the reference is, but which is an amazing thing, which brings us to the the larger narrative of Bangladesh, which is the narrative of a country which brings various strands of cultures and religions together. This was the strand which was there at the birth of Bangladesh. A Muslim majority nation, yes, but a nation which does not exclude Hindus, which does not exclude regions deep within from which such cultural references can come to the mainstream. This is, of course, like I said, not being talked about much, but it's amazing that a song that got global recognition from Bangladesh is such an inclusive song, and I spoke about it to Pritam Hassan, and he said that it's the endeavor of musicians who are working with him, and he himself, to make Coke Studio Bangla into a coming together of various indigenous Bengali cultural influences. In fact, he very interestingly said that how influenced he is, how he finds Diljit Dosanjh very admirable, simply because Diljit, he said, is not compromising when it comes to Punjabi. Diljit brings Punjabi to the world. His music, though global, is very innately Punjabi, and that's something Pritam and his team wants to learn from. He wants to learn how to make an indigenous language, music around an indigenous language very popular, not just in among Bengali speaking population, but across the world.